Here, if I make my audio go direct, you can probably hear me. There, that's a little bit better. But that will mean my video is off, so I'm sure you can hear me now. My apologies for that. Anywho, yeah, I'm sure you can hear me now, but my video is going to be all off. Oh, these fantastic times, aren't they? That's okay. I'm not sure why that's happening, but I will figure it out right now. Give me just a moment, and I want to make sure that we get it somewhat closer to where it was. So let's see here. If I will do some tweaks, and this should be fine. Give me just a moment here, and I'll make sure I get it good. So if I tweak my render delay to about, let's go with 200 milliseconds. How does this look? Let me see. I'll bring it back, and you guys can tell me if it's okay. There we go. All right. How does this line up? Is it okay? Is it somewhat close? Is it brutal? I don't know why it's not coming through. That's weird. I have pretty much everything set nice, but maybe I should have done one quick little test. But how's the lineup from the mouth to the words? Is it okay? Check, check, check. That's fine. Spot on. I like it. All right, let's get back to whatever it is that we were talking about. Oh, yes, the weather. Okay. So let's jump over to the forecast map. You may or may not have seen it. And if you haven't, it is looking pretty intense. But we're already deep into the storm, so I might as well just jump into radar here. Why mess around with this forecast map at the moment? Although it's a beautiful map that Brennan created. So thank you very much, Brennan, for that. And yeah, we're already seeing some pretty strong severe thunderstorms moving into the area. So the strongest area is definitely areas near Georgian Bay. And there's a pretty beastly storm right now that moved through Sauble Beach and is moving to the east. So we're going to go take a quick peek at that. Let me do that right now. And we'll see what we are dealing with here. So this is the storm that I'm talking about right now. And it's pretty intense. Let me see if I can pull up velocity. Wow, very, very, very strong signature right here. East of Adamsville, north of Big Bay. So this will be now heading over Georgian Bay here. But that is a pretty strong signature we're dealing with on that storm. Let me make sure. I think we actually have a new radar update. So let me just make sure I have a new one. And then we should be good. Yeah, so there actually is some rotation northwest of Meaford, but this is probably over the water now. And still looking pretty intense as that storm is moving to the east. It may start to actually dip a little bit to the southeast. Future models have it tracking southeast, probably through the Barrie area, and then southeast towards the GTA. So that one looks pretty intense. Let's go a little bit further south. I know we've got big storms going through London right now. Velocity doesn't look too crazy on the London storm, thankfully. Winds aren't too intense. I'm sure the rain is probably going sideways to an extent, but the winds aren't too bad on that one. We did see some rotation down here earlier near it was near Wallaceburg, and it is tracked to the east. There is actually a little bit of rotation right there. I don't know if I put that in my polygon. I think I did. I put a pretty big polygon here with rotation detected, and it looks like that area of rotation may have either come down here to Chatham-Kent, or there's actually a little bit here near Appledore. Let me just zoom in on that. Thorncliffe, Kentbridge, Wabash, west of Thamesville, or Thamesville. Oh no, I did it again. Here we go. It's already begun mispronouncing everything possible, but that's how it goes. At least there's sound, so that's an upside. That's so weird. I had everything set up nice, but it didn't like me. Okay. Anywho, let's not dwell on that. We'll just go straight in. I don't get all my fancy audio filters, but that's all right. Jackie says you keep cutting in and out. Is my audio okay for everybody? Is it just maybe Jackie's connection? If that does happen, maybe hit refresh and refresh the live stream. Jody says no. Thames, that's right. Thamesville, not Thames. I swear I can read. It says Thames, but it turns out it's pronounced Thames because TH doesn't mean for some reason. Let's not get into it. Okay, let's go back down to the Exeter Radar. Yeah, that's basically the area rotation that we're looking at right now. Now west of Thamesville, Thames, T-H-A-M, Thames. Anyways, west of Thamesville, that is the north of Chatham-Kent. Actually, there is a little hint of something going on near Chatham-Kent as well, too. So a couple of areas of embedded rotation on this particular line of storms. This one being the most prevalent. Let me go up to Tilt 2 here and see. Not being represented too strong in Tilt 2, higher up in the storm. So let's go back down to table 1. Oh, there's a new radar up already, and yeah, so we have a couple of areas of embedded rotation here. I would say this Chatham Cam one looks false because it's far away from the storm. Probably the most prevalent one is going to be this Thamesville here. Yeah, this is kind of like the kind of a hooking part of the storm, and we have a little pocket of rotation right here, and even a dropout, which is a classic Canadian radar thing that happens when we have very strong velocities. So that's not good. Very strong winds over here. Let's see if that is... No, it's not necessarily associated, but it's still probably pretty darn windy, considering these say they're 107... What is this right here? 117 kilometers an hour. I'm thinking it's pretty darn windy near Mount Forest and to the southeast. But let me know in the comments what's happening. Melinda says you're cutting in and out. Am I cutting in and out? I think maybe it's when I'm moving the radar around. Sometimes that makes things choppy for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'll just stop talking as I move the radar around, and then we'll be much better off. What I could do is actually switch the radar to my iPad. That would take the load off the PC, and then... Anyways, I'm getting into technicalities. But these particular storms that are moving... this particular storm cluster moving over Georgian Bay and to the southeast is one that more crackling in Mike Adam. Mount Forest has winds like crazy, says Jess. Winds like crazy. Can you clarify to me if when I'm not moving the radar, is it still choppy? Because it's probably only when I'm moving that radar. I think I can do some tweaks there. Slowly but surely, make things better. Okay, only radar. Let's see here. Okay, let me flip over to our app and check out the past and future radar here. This is our app, Instant Weather. If you have not downloaded it yet, it is free, and you can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Let me just throw that up here, instantweatherapp.com. Head over to that link and scroll to the bottom of the page, especially if you're on a mobile device, and then click Apple or Android, and that'll take you directly to the download link. But head over there, download a free app. We attempted to make some improvements on notification speed, but we've had some feedback that whatever we did may have actually potentially slowed things down, so that's not good. It's just one of those days. But anywho, hopefully things are pretty fast. I think the dev team is actually making some more tweaks right now. Like I said, they've been able to speed things up a bit, so hopefully things are getting faster. But currently, at this point in time, you can see Future Radar is predicting some pretty intense lines continuing to track southeast through the area through the afternoon. Eastern Ontario may get missed for the most part, besides maybe some rain and a bit of storms. But we did see some pretty interesting, because it shows it kind of dying off there, as you see as it heads towards maybe Kingston. It starts to die off. Although Future Radar has had some issues today with trying to determine if the storms are going to die off, because it thought the southwestern line, the line moving in southwestern Ontario, was actually going to weaken, but it did not. So maybe take it with a grain of salt. It's probably just telling you kind of the direction they're going, where they may be located. But that line in eastern Ontario may continue strong as it moves through Kingston, Brockville, and possibly to the east of there as well too. So we will see. Folks saying they're getting their alerts. That's good. Let's see here. Wind picking up in Guelph. Strange Animal on Twitch says it's going to be bad between Shelburne and Grand Valley. It's possible. You can't say for sure exactly where these storms are going to arrive, but there is a lot of them, and they don't look very happy. So we're going to have to see exactly where they do show up here. Yeah, that storm over Georgian Bay right now still looking pretty darn nasty. If you're in Sauble Beach, oh wow, Jess says my neighbor's tree just snapped and fell in Mount Forest, and there's not even that bad of a storm there. It's just really, really, really strong winds. So yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Hopefully she's safe. Hopefully folks are okay. There is what looks like some rotation. Uh-oh, my cat. This is the other cat. Hi, Penny. Please don't mess with the light. Please don't scratch the light. That would be bad. Yeah, the winds are so intense that it's just like some light rain, but somehow, or moderate rain, but somehow it's looking pretty intense. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. We might have a new radar update. Let me see. Give me just a moment. Let me see. So many live stream notifications still coming in. Yeah, so maybe it has slowed down a little bit, but we'll have to see. Those are things we can tweak and work on slowly but surely. We had quite an influx of new app users, like a substantial amount. I think almost double of what we had before. So that may have put a strain on some of our servers. So we're going to have to work on that and tweak it and make things better over time. But I appreciate your patience with that. Thank you very much. Us and our little dev team working hard to make sure you folks are notified and getting all the information you need to get. But if you do use our app, let us know in the comments how you're enjoying it. Has it been working well? Did we fix the white screen issue? I think we did. Some folks on Apple are having a white screen issue, but I think it's fixed now. So yeah, so hopefully it's a little bit better. Let's see here. Sunny again in Sarnia, says Jaslyn. Thank you very much for the update. Appreciate that. A lot of thunder and rain in London, says Joanne. Thank you kindly. Lupita says, hopefully I pronounced that right, says, how about Hamilton? Yeah, Hamilton could very well see these storms as they track to the east. Future radar seems to bring them towards you. I don't know for sure they're going to hit, but it's quite possible. Let me see here. Golden Gates says, I love the app. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Stephanie says, congrats on the huge increase of app users. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Christine says, love the app. Always works well for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Thank you. Thank you. Brian says, tornado risk. Yeah, I'd say there's a tornado risk today. Let's go back to Brian's forecast map. I'm pretty confident there's a tornado risk today. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee if you're going to see one. Of course, you know, in general, they're rare, even on days when there is strong potential. But will we see one today? It's possible. There's some pretty strong indications that there's tornado potential today. So that's why we went red, and it looks pretty intense. Environment Canada is talking about tornado potential. Pretty much everybody is. So yeah, I would say that there certainly is some potential today for one or two, a few spin ups. We'll see. We will see. Sweetie 1986 says, app has saved this very nervous mom many times. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly. Don't be nervous. We're here. We're watching. Once we fix our audio issues and slowly but surely fix everything else, it's a constant battle. Oh, I'm moving the radar around, so it might get choppy when I move the radar around with my audio, but we'll see. We'll see. Matthew says, can you please will a Savage Storm in Barrie? Yeah, Barrie's had its fair share of Savage Storms. I don't think we need to will that to happen. Dan DiBiasio, always with the super chats. Instant Weather Team kicks butt. So does the app. Keep up the great work, and thank you for keeping eyes in the sky. Thank you so much, Dan. Super chat, ridiculous. Thank you kindly. We got to jam sometime, dude. You're a great drummer, so we'll hang out. We'll jam. We're going to do it. It's going to happen. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Thanks to all those sending stars on Facebook. Thanks to all those who have subscribed to upgrade the app to get 5 hours of Future Radar and to remove ads. Thank you to everybody who makes this all possible, because if it wasn't for you, it would be tricky. It's tricky anyways, but it would be much trickier. And by that, I mean, that's how it used to, a long time ago, long time ago, I was like, in the middle of guitar lessons, posting about rotation, going to teach, posting about, like, it was very tricky. It was very, very tricky. But thanks for making this possible and allowing us to do this full time. And it's we sincerely appreciate it. We're working hard on it, always improving stuff, always working hard in the background. We got lots of cool stuff coming. So anyways, let's see here. Taylor says, anything headed for Barrie? Yeah, it's possible. Future models have been pretty adamant about Barrie seeing storms, although the Future Radar on the app may be trying to miss Barrie, but I don't think so. I think Barrie's probably going to see something, at least a storm, at least some rain. If you completely get missed, I mean, I say you, I literally live in Barrie, but if we completely get missed, then I'd be shocked. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. What is our latest radar update? We have the 1224 frame. This beast over Georgian Bay, though, doesn't look as strong on that frame. But Brit Radar is closer. Let's see what Brit Radar says. Maybe not as strong. We'll see how that develops. It's still early. It's only 12:31. We thought maybe the storms would arrive a little bit later on, but yeah, it turns out they're arriving a bit earlier. So we're live. Let's go for the marathon, shall we? And everyone in my house is sick. So there's that. I'm a little snuffly and sniffly and all that stuff. But again, I took some cold and sinus and I should be all right. But oh, I'm hearing a tap at the door, so I better go check on that. I will be right back, folks. Give me just a moment. Let me just flip it over to Past and Future Radar, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Let's see here. Ron says the cat is tapping at the door. Jay says you've helped relax my CPTSD regarding storms and answer questions that help things look less scary. Thank you so much, Jay. Appreciate that. I'm glad I've helped. Ron says the cat's tapping at the door. No, the cats are in. They're inside. So maybe they're tapping to get out. It's possible. Let me just move this up slightly. There we go. Shockwaves Blue on YouTube says, Woodstock is starting to storm. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Scrolling through all your comments. Thank you so much for, we don't say this enough, but thank you so much for, letting us know what you're experiencing, because it really does help. It really does help to find out in real time what you folks are experiencing. Kathy says, thank you for you and your team keeping us all safe. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can see, actually, the delay in some of those notifications, because these are the widespread notifications take way longer to send out. So we've got all these plans where we're going to spin up a whole bunch of little servers so as soon as there's like a widespread alert, we'll spin up a whole bunch of little servers to chip away at a queue, at a list of folks that need to be notified. So right now it's just one big server that has to deal with all the traffic. So that's why sometimes it's slow. And then when it's just like small alerts, it's very fast. But when it comes to these giant, like severe thunderstorm watch across the region, there's just so many folks on the app right now that we need to spin up a whole bunch of little Lambda instances, little servers, and chip away that list. There's a lot of tech. We deal with a lot of tech stuff. Normally, you just be like, hey, you just got to watch radar and deal with the weather, but there's a lot of tech stuff we do. A lot. So, excuse me. It's fun though. It's very challenging, and I like it. It's fun, quote unquote. If that's what you're into. Super strong winds still showing up on radar. In the they were near Mount Forest, but now they've moved to the east. Excuse me. I also didn't get much sleep, so add that to everything else. It's weird because you look at I don't know. I haven't even shown you this, but I'll show you right now. So you look at precipitation, and it's not that intense. It's moderate. But then you look at the winds, and 107 kilometers an hour here near Farewell, Cedarville, Damascus, near Arthur. Those winds are going to be moving into the Orangeville area as well too. Let me just back up here and see which way they're going. Yeah, they went right through Farewell, and they're heading towards Black's Corners, maybe Shelburne, Orangeville. Very strong winds, and again, not necessarily associated with a super duper strong storm there, but the winds are ridiculous. So the fact you can get those type of intense winds, even on that, on something that doesn't look that strong of a storm traditionally. Like you don't have like that super red and like purple for hail and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting that we're dealing with those kind of winds on that storm. So eek. And yeah, Hurricane Fiona, oh my goodness, what it did to Puerto Rico is, oh my goodness, it's intense, and it's heading towards Nova Scotia now. So Mom lives in Nova Scotia, but she lives kind of more on the west side, so she's probably just in for the rain, but hopefully not the too intensive winds. But Cape Breton is going to get smashed by Category 2 hurricane. You don't see that very often. That's pretty intense. So hopefully that all weakens by the time it gets there. But models they've been pretty strong on Cat 2. Some folks have even hinted at maybe Cat 3 as it hits Nova Scotia. But I think Cat 2 is probably the strongest Nova Scotia's ever seen. Maybe they've seen a Cat 3. I'm not sure. Kelly says my mom lives in Nova Scotia too. Thank you very much. Let us know where. Yeah, hopefully it moves a little bit east. More over the water would be good, but it's also going to affect Newfoundland too. So we'll see. Yes. Justine says, "Hey, green means good, right?" Oh, we're looking at winds right now. We're not looking at reflectivity. Let me show you reflectivity. So in this case, green means like moderate rain, but in the case of the wind data, this is just one direction. So yeah. Let's see, what radar frame do we have? We still have the 230 or 1230 frame. Still have that. Doodle-doo. Kelly says I lived through Hurricane Juan in Halifax. Had no power for 7 days. Ouch. Yeah, that was strongest in recent memory. Pretty sure that was pretty intense. Tammy says my son just moved to Sydney, Nova Scotia. Sydney being in the Cape Breton area, yeah, Sydney is basically in the target of that hurricane. So maybe, I don't know, he wants to go hang out in Yarmouth for a few days. Might not be a bad idea. Let's see here. Yeah, if you have family in the very east coast of Nova Scotia, then you might want to tell them to, I don't know, go camping in the very west coast. That would be, I mean, the west coast is still going to get hit by a lot of rain, but the east coast is going to get hammered by a Category 2 hurricane probably. So that would be bad. Amy says, we're from London, Ontario, visiting Cape Breton. LOL, we leave tomorrow morning. Good timing. Good timing. Oh, Yarmouth. Yes. Sue says Yarmouth, not mouth. That's true. Yarmouth. Is it spelt mouth? I have a feeling it actually is spelt mouth. But I guess it's pronounced muff. How come nothing is ever pronounced out as spelt? Brendan has come up with an updated forecast map. That's cool. Slightly different than what we had before. So I should actually add that to the stream, and I'll bring that up in just a minute, as soon as he's done with it. Catherine says, yes, it's spelt mouth. Who knew that M-O-U-T-H would be pronounced muth? Nothing's ever pronounced the way it's spelled. Which ruins me. I have a lot less criticism of how I pronounce things when we only post text updates. That's much better. Let's see here. Marnie says, dude, Ajax? Yo. Word up to the Ajax. Dude. Yeah, I don't know. Ajax is fine right now, but you probably are going to see storms later. And they might be severe. We'll see. Let's see. So many things to watch. That storm's still going over Georgian Bay, still looking pretty intense. Actually, there's a storm that looks pretty intense way further north that I'm not paying attention to here that I'm going to go check out. Let's see if we can catch it. Where did it go? Is it up here? Maybe it's not as bad. Oh, it's actually not bad. Or it's actually not bad. That's not English. This is what we're talking about here up near Mattawa. Some pretty interesting hail and strong winds on that storm up there. And maybe there's a little hint of rotation there, but the positioning of it is odd. If we look from Quebec radar, let's see. Oh, not this mess. 1 second here. Switch to tilt 2. No more range folded. Excuse me. No more range folded data. No, it doesn't really give us a better view. Best view is going to be from Brit. But yeah, so strong winds on that one. But yeah, the storm that's heading over Georgian Bay right now is still looking pretty strong. And really strong winds heading into Orangeville right now. Is Orangeville under a warning? I don't think so. But there's super strong winds. I think I'm going to post a notification to those in that Orangeville area, just because, Bridget is asking about Barrie. Yeah, Barrie's probably going to see strong storms later, or relatively soon, but not yet. You're fine right now. Those winds are it's dead still in Orangeville, says Chris. Really? Has it not hit yet? I mean, folks on that same line of storms are saying it was really intense wind. It says 96 kilometers an hour, but it's dead still. Michael says he's in Orangeville, Shelburne at the moment. Let us know. Shelburne is windy, but nothing too crazy. Oh, maybe it's elevated. I'm going to go take a look at the environment. Give me 1 sec. 1 second. Yeah, there's still inhibition in place. So, not sure what's going on with that. Still a lot of inhibition, which means it's possible that the storms are elevated up off the surface, and so maybe not affecting the surface as much. Not sure what's going on there. But so far, the environment isn't too crazy strong, but it's poised to be. So we'll see how it opens up over the next hour or 2 or 3. We'll see. But that's interesting. So I was going to post a notification, but it turns out those winds from the surface are not actually that strong. I guess we'll have to see what happens as it blows in. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at a few different things. Cohen says, English 101. There, dear. You'll be okay. Yes, I'll try. A lot of folks are asking about ETA of when the storms are going to arrive. I would recommend downloading our free app, just because I can't get to every single comment. But if you get our free app, instantweatherapp.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, click on Apple or Android, it'll take you right to your particular app store, whether that be the App Store from Apple or Google Play Store from Android. And then type in your location, search your location, and look at the hour, or even better, look at the minute product, because that will actually tell you within 15 minutes of kind of the estimated time of arrival for those particular storms. So yeah, and that changes fairly often. I mean, you might want to refresh the app every half an hour, every hour, just to see if things have changed. The 15-minute product updates, I believe, every 15 minutes. But yeah, you might want to refresh that, see if things have changed, and see what is expected for your particular area. But that hopefully is helpful. Okay, so what the heck? 1 second here. Oh, okay. Trying to read your comments. Donald has a good point. He says, I have the spinning wheel of death on my screen. If that happens, if you have 2 locations, then swipe to a different location and then swipe back, and that'll solve it. I want to see to the app. Let's see if I can replicate that issue. So I'm going to touch the instant weather button at the very top of the app. That should take us back to the home screen. Okay, it immediately worked. So if you ever see that spinning wheel where it's loading but it's not doing anything, if you just swipe to another location, like Paris, Ontario, and then swipe back, for some magical reason, that solves everything. We do have pull to refresh, like you can literally pull down, and that will refresh the app as well too. But I feel like the swiping is faster, and for some reason, always magically fixes the app. Samantha says, and the app is reliable, and I only use this app. It's a great way for worry warts like myself. Thank you so much, Samantha. Yeah, 99% of the time it's great. There's a few little things, still a few little things, but instantweatherapp.com, download it for free. And again, a huge thank you to those who have upgraded the app to get 5 hours of future radar and to remove ads. It makes a big, big difference. So thank you so much. What is this? People spamming. Lisa says, so the app said that thunderstorms was pushed till tonight at 7 p.m. We were planning to go apple picking. Kind of glad we decided not to risk it. Yeah, I would have. You don't want to be in the path of these storms. Whether they do produce severe weather or not, you definitely don't want to be in the path of them. I would think so. Chris says, Midland Penetang is going to get hit in a few minutes. Nothing much on your radar, though. Yeah, the future radar, it updates usually every half an hour, every 45 minutes, and it will often adjust for the fact that storms are about to hit. But I want to go take a peek at that storm right now because it looks pretty intense. So let's go do that really quickly here. Jump back to raw radar. Give me just a moment. And this is our Instant Weather Pro app that we are going to be adding to the to Instant Weather. So we've been working on that for quite a while. It's very exciting. Still lots to do, but we will definitely put that on there. This beastly storm that is now over Christian Island, heading towards the Midland area. There's maybe a tiny hint of rotation over here that is north of Christian Island, but the main risk here are probably going to be flooding and strong wind gusts and hail, I would think. There's definitely a high risk of coffee going into my belly. Yeah, so anyways, there's that. Filming outside north of Newmarket, should we be concerned? Well, you're definitely going to get a storm, or at least some rain. I'm not sure. It's going to be pretty windy, probably, but we'll see. Some folks are saying that the wind is not too intense right now on the cluster that is going through Orangeville. So we'll see. So maybe it's not. Oh, I really should have got more sleep so that I don't yawn through this entire live stream. Jessica says, that's a coffee warning. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm going to need more of that. Desperately. I went for the big. Do you see the big mug I have today? I'm going for the big mug. The wind is eerie in Orangeville. Creepy, LOL. Picked up good. Oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Robin Lee says, more coffee, LOL. Yes, desperately. Desperately more coffee. Please. All right. Let's see if we have any updates here. I should probably check that. Probably check the Midland storm from Brit. Yeah, so strong winds are certainly possible with that one. And says, we keeping you up, Adam? Yes, it's all your fault. No, it's fine. It's fine. We've been waiting for this day for a few days now, and it's been pretty intense on the model, so we've been getting prepared. There is a beastly angry storm that I'm going to show you right now that is moving towards, drumroll please. Oh, I got to post about it right now. It's intense. Super, super strong winds heading towards Grand Bend, I guess. I'm going to show you right now. It looks angry, quite angry. This is probably the strongest storm we've seen today. This is it right here. Let me show you here. This cluster right now that is heading towards Grand Bend. Sorry if my audio is cutting out when I move the radar around. My apologies. It's got 109 kilometer winds on it on radar. Let's see here. 113 Whoa. Let's see if we can pull up Detroit radar. Should work, in theory. Detroit doesn't look as strong, but Exeter's much closer to the storm. And it's talking about, we saw 119 in there. Let me zoom in and see. What's the highest in here? 110, 113, 111. I could have sworn I saw 119 in there. Where did it go? Anyways, 113 kilometers an hour. Wind gust potential on this particular storm is over Lake Huron right now. It's not in Grand Bend yet, but this cluster that's moving into Grand Bend right now, see cold front coming in, storms in front of it, but this might be getting driven right by the cold front. We'll see. I haven't taken a look in the fronts in a minute, but it's been a minute since I've done that. But yeah, this particular storm, a little tiny bit of hint of rotation south of Goderich, but that might just be some noise. But let's watch this come in. Yeah, it was a beast in Michigan, and it's looking beastly as it's heading towards Ontario. So I definitely want to post about it. It looks like, let me just make sure the direction, but it looks pretty angry. I would say that's probably the strongest looking storm we've seen so far today. It may have just weakened slightly on the latest frame. I think we may have a new frame here. Let's see. Just a minute. Should refresh in just a minute, but I'm going to I'm going to assume that was Brennan. Classic Brennan. Oh my goodness. Adam needs coffee. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate that insight. Thank you. There's never a dull moment around here. Okay. I'm going to send a notification to all those in the path of this one. Oh, it looks like Brennan has posted that new forecast map update, so that's good. I can't see the stream right now, so I don't know if he's putting it up or not, but I'm going to switch. Oh, he did. Look at that. How did I know? That is your new forecast. It's slightly different than it once was. But yeah, strong storms that are possible north of Lake Ontario, and yeah, and some pretty intense storms moving in off of right now off of Lake Huron. Duncan says, can we possibly touch on Marmara and how it won't hit us? We can't guarantee anything. Marmara's already gone through some pretty intense stuff this year, but we can't guarantee anything. Chances, of course, of anything specifically hitting any particular area is never a for sure thing. It's usually pretty low, but yeah, strong storms are going to be heading in that area, and you're certainly highlighted, as I can see Tweed and Peterborough on the forecast map highlighted. You are certainly highlighted in the strongest part, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Uxbridge in there as well, too. Kyle's asking about Uxbridge. Yeah, you're in there, too. Again, it's not guaranteed that you're going to take a direct hit from these storms, but certainly in the path. Let's see here. Okay, so let's jump back over to... Oh, we should have a new radar update, I think. There it is. Yes, so those winds have weakened a bit, but look at this storm right now heading into Grand Bend area. That is a nasty looking storm. There's some very strong wind gusts on the backside of it here, maybe some minor rotation. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send a notification to those in the path of that one, because this does not look very nice. Let's see if this works. It might. Hey, it did work. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do this polygon right now while we talk on this beastly storm heading in. I just want to let folks in the area know that this is coming their way. That's a weird polygon that I just drew, but let's hit update and see how many folks we have in the path of that one. 3,000 folks that are going to get this notification. Just want to let them know minor rotation and strong winds. We detected minor rotation on the storm over Lake Huron and some strong wind gusts as well as hail. rare cases, minor rotation can produce a tornado in its lifespan, damaging winds, gusts, hail, and flooding are also possible with minor rotation. Please be safe in the path of the storm. Strength and radar, yada 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 yada. Cookie cutter, yada yada. Okay. And what did I say? Oh, I didn't say. Lake Huron. I should probably say where it's going. And some strong winds and gusts, hail. It's tracking southeast towards the Grand Bend area, and it is currently 12:56 p.m. Send. Let us know when you get that notification. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Let's go back to raw radar here. Becky says, where is tornado potential? I will bring up Brendan's map here. He's got it. I believe he's got it uploaded. There we go. Yeah, this is the tornado potential is basically from London and kind of the Grand Bend area all the way over to a bit of Prince Edward County and maybe up as far north as Parry Sound. Yeah, that general corridor is the main issue at this point in time. The areas that are in red are probably the strongest risk out of the whole thing, but yeah, it's something. It's going to be pretty intense, so we'll see. We're watching it closely, but that storm right now that we are watching, heading towards Grand Bend, some minor rotation, and is looking pretty intense. So hopefully everybody there is safe. Matteo says Goderich is clearing up. Just some faint thunder now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mr. Borden says, Adam, should I close the windows in Aurelia? I mean, if the storm's not there yet, closing the windows is always a good idea. Some folks have this weird myth that you're supposed to open the windows and somehow that's going to make things better. It always makes things worse. Also, if the storm is on top of you, don't even go near the windows. The windows should not even be part of the conversation. Whether they're open, whether they're closed, it doesn't matter. Stay away from the windows. If the storm's not there yet, close them. If the storm is there, stay away from them. That's it. Yeah, you generally want to close them before the storm gets there. And yeah, it's like if you think about those storm chasers that have these giant tanks and they go inside of tornadoes and it's like bulletproof and they're not leaving the windows open. They're closing them. They're trying to become aerodynamic, and you're not aerodynamic if wind is able to get inside. So if the storm's not there yet, close them. If the storm is there, just don't even talk about the windows. Everybody's like, oh, there's a storm. Let's go near glass. That's basically what the conversation is. It's like, oh, there's a storm. Got to close should we open the windows or close the windows? You're basically just saying, should we go near glass when there's a big, dangerous storm? I don't know why that's a conversation. It shouldn't be. Don't go near the windows. Thank you for your time. I don't know why that always happens. And also people are like, should we go to the bathtub? If the bathtub's in the basement, if you don't have a basement, if the bathtub's, if the most interior room with as many walls between the outside and yourself happens to be a bathroom, if you don't have a basement, that's fine. But don't go upstairs to the bathtub. If you have to go downstairs to a bathtub, let's say there happens to be a bathtub in the basement in a bathroom that's in like the most interior room, sure, why not? I mean, if you all have to huddle in that bathroom anyways, there's not that much room, so stick someone in the bathtub. But definitely don't run the shower. I've heard some weird stuff about lightning and folks having showers and stuff like that. I don't know if it's completely true, but we all know that water conducts electricity. So, when there's lightning outside, maybe don't have a shower. It's probably insanely rare for something like that to happen, but I'm just going to go ahead and say maybe avoid that. Strong winds north of Midland, heading towards Bayview Park. That storm continues to look strong. It's tracking to the east. Barrie might be getting some rain. It's pretty dark outside right now. Surprisingly dark in Barrie. Elmville getting some rain. Nothing too spectacular yet. I wonder if Barrie's going to get missed. It's possible. A lot of folks in Barrie, friends and family, asking me if they should be planning things today, and I basically told them all no. And if Barrie gets completely missed, then it's going to be another one of those days. But let's err on the side of caution, shall we? Fame. Nah, I did it again. Thamesville Thamesville, not Thames. Yes, Thames, otherwise pronounced Thames. Oh no, Thames. Why is there no E in there? Anyways, Thamesville, looking like some hail, actually. Quite a bit of it, heading into Thamesville, spelled Thames. Tem. These live streams just turn into how can Adam pronounce things horribly, and how can he get angry at it because it's not spelled the way it's pronounced. That's basically what these live streams have turned into. Thames. Think River Thames. Yes, I know. We went through this. Sue says think River Thames. Yes, we went through this last live stream. We were all talking about, yes, the Thames, and yes, I know. Anyways, Emily says last 5 minutes, no break in thunder. Whoa. Where are you located exactly? Let us know. Daniel says, or Daniela? Yeah, Daniela says, Peterborough weather update? Nothing so far. Is there a chance of severe thunderstorms later? Yes. Oh, Tame? Matteo says Thames. Oh, yeah. Tina says, hi, Adam. Thanks for going live to keep us all safe. What does it look like for the Oshawa area today? You might see severe storms. It's hard to say for sure, but it's possible. So nothing's guaranteed, but we'll see. Alicia says, Adam, you're a great sport. Kelly says, at least you try. Well, I'm trying. It's a sad attempt, but at least I'm trying. Terry says, Barry's starting to look dark. Yeah, it looks pretty dark out there. Certainly not a bright, sunshiny day. Wenadran on Twitch says, just be happy you don't have to pronounce town names like, and is this an actual town? Where is this town located? I'd probably get that one right, but get Thamesville wrong. Let's see here. Victor says, go, Adam, go. To bed? Back to bed? I actually have a song I wrote a long time ago called I'm Going Back to Bed. I should play it sometime. It's pretty catchy. It's like, going back to bed, count me out. You heard what I said, and was there any doubt? It's something like that. I was tired when I wrote it. Okay. Might be a little bit of rotation north of Penetanguishene. It's an actual town. That crazy long name is an actual town. It's amazing. Janice says, nice voice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. This might be a little bit of rotation. A little rotation. Possibly north of Penetanguishene. It's not too intense yet, but it might be developing. And this is an area, there's a little bit of tilt too as well. This is an area we've been watching on the models consistently talk about the potential for some tornadic development. So there's that. Interesting. Okay, so much things to look at. How many screens do I have today? Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's still 8. It's always 8. It's been 8 a lot lately. Sharon says, Adam, you need to travel around Ontario more. I don't disagree with that. I don't at all. Stephanie says, bookend? Are you referring to the song, or do you think that there may be a bookend vortex in these storms? Heather says, where exactly for North Penetanguishene? North of, so Kootenack Beach, Clearwater Beach, Bayview Park, Macy's Bay, maybe towards Port Severn. With that storm, there's a little bit of rotation This might turn into a big supercell. We'll see. It's certainly got the look so far. Doesn't look as strong from Brit Radar. May have weakened a bit. This looked like it was starting to get going, but it may have weakened a bit. Swiping back and forth between rain and wind. Rain. Wait on. My head's doing it backwards. I have to go like this. This is going to be complicated. Swipe left, move head right. Rain. Wait a minute. Rain. Wind. Rain. Wind. That's hard. It's hard when your head's inverted. Yes, I am backwards. Sorry if the audio gets choppy as I move the radar around. Seems to be an issue. Something we're going to have to work on. That is quite a nasty looking storm. It's heading in towards Grand Bend here. Doesn't look happy. The minor rotation may have weakened some. We'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. Okay. We'll see. What happened to Adam's coffee alert? Someone said the sun is shining in, Dornoch, 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 near Onset area. Should we expect more here? I don't know. Maybe. I think earlier we were talking about there may have been 2 cold fronts, and so that the second one might push in some more development. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Let's go take a peek at the current, past, and future radar. Excuse me. We'll see. Let's take a little peek. This is your past and future radar. This is the upgraded radar package on our free app. Instant weather. It looks like it's trying to bring that Grand Bend storm right through London. And I don't know where the rest of those frames went. They all disappeared. Oh well. But yeah, it looks like it's trying to bring that storm from Midland, maybe through the Aurelia area, but that's, so far it's been moving kind of due east. Due east. We'll see. John says the weather wizard needs his coffee fuel. I need a what's the which wand was the good one? Like the really crazy one? One of the 3, there's the cloak of invisibility, and then there's the, you know what I'm talking about? Is it the Ender wand? I think it's the Ender wand. I don't know. Somebody help me. Elder wand. That's what it was. Elder. I'm thinking of Minecraft because my son's always playing Minecraft, so I'm thinking of the Ender Dragon, but it's the Elder Wand. That's right. Thank you very much. Appreciated that. My Elder Wand. Everybody coming in with their Harry Potter details. Definitely, I need an Elder Wand desperately to control things, but that's not going to happen. What's going on here with this one? 1 second here. Do we have an update? 59. Ooh, we do have an update. Actually, we've got the latest update. Ooh. This is the latest. What's going on down here? Grand Bend's about to get it now. Looks like some strong winds, a lot of rain, torrential rain, maybe a little bit of hail. There's something going on with velocity down here near Ipperwash Beach and Cedar Point. Some really strong wind values. We think it might be noise, but maybe it's not. 97.92 kilometers an hour. Might be some really strong winds heading into Cedar Point, south of Ipperwash Beach. We'll see what that does. But a lot of that energy is kind of transferred down. Interesting. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. There we go. So some pretty strong values right here. As you can see at the very, very top right of the screen, 103.32 kilometers an hour. I hope that's noise, but if it's not noise, there's quite a bit of it. It's in a weird spot, though. It's kind of separated from the storm, but we've seen before, actually, I think it was earlier this year, we had some of that same type of thing where it looked like it was separate from the actual storm, but the winds were super duper strong, and they like went kind of like the shoreline of Sarnia. And so Sarnia was supposedly a blue sky, but values like that hit, and then trees fell with blue skies, which is rare. But who knows? Who knows? Adam says, no wind at this point. Yeah, it's not there just yet. And I think the strongest stuff would actually be south of you, but we'll see. We'll see. Just trying to scroll through some... Scrolling through some of your comments here. Mitchell says, Adam referencing Harry Potter, I'm unsubscribing. Harry Potter? What's wrong with Harry? Really? You don't like Harry? I didn't know anybody didn't like it. Okay. Let's hope you're just trolling me. But anyways, that's fine. If you don't like it, it's okay. Definitely need another one, though. Invisibility cloak would be pretty sweet, too. By the way, when you have a 5-year-old, you basically know anything magical. Actually, wait, he's 6. He just turned 6. I'm calling him my 5-year-old, but he turned 6. Little bit of rotation. Little bit. Still on that storm northeast of Midland. It's still early, 1:13. There's lots of time for these to get going. Usually peak daytime heating is around 5 o'clock. So, but we've had some pretty intense storms, you know, in the morning before. We've had some pretty intense storms in the early afternoon. It is early. It's 1:13. I've got water. I've got coffee. Let's go. Apagugu2 on YouTube says, not even raining yet in Barrie. Barrie might get missed. We'll see. We will see. Bracebridge, Jordan asked about. Yeah, Bracebridge, you're into it now. You might see a little bit of hail, some gusty winds, and torrential rain, but overall, I don't think the winds look too crazy. Let's switch over to velocity from... Oh, you know what? Winds are certainly strengthening near Crooked Bay, Bayview Park, heading towards Big Chute, north of Port Severn. Winds are certainly starting to strengthen on that part of the storm. Quite a bit, actually. That's quite an increase from what we saw before. Let me just... I'll zoom it back so you can see here, or I'll go back in animation here. So we're watching this kind of area of interest here near Christian Island as it tracks to the east, and it kind of looks moderate, not that exciting, and then now it's starting to pick up some steam, getting up to 80 kilometers here, and if this continues to strengthen, then Severn Falls and maybe Gravenhurst, possibly in the path of maybe a little mini microburst or downburst here, it's possible. We'll see. We will see. Colleen says, I'm due east of this Trent, Severn, Kilworthy. Severn Falls, Port Severn, Gravenhurst. Yeah, that looks like it's heading pretty much into the Gravenhurst area, so we'll see what happens. So much sitting. Must stretch. Everybody stretch. It's been long enough. We've been live for an hour and 7 minutes. Everybody stretch it out. That's fantastic. If you're all sitting crouched looking at your phone, like stretch your shoulders back, do some stretching, relax. Take a deep breath. It's nice. Sorry, just scrolling through. Alicia says, Adam prepared for the long haul today. Yeah, I'm trying. Trying to prepare. Kathy says Bracebridge is bad right now. Eek. Zach says, can you check if Walsburg, see if it's passed? Yeah, I think it has passed. I think it has. Let me go take a look at some old stuff that's still on the app that we probably have to get rid of here. Sobble Beach, I'm going to remove. Grand Bend, I'm going to keep. The Walsburg, I'm going to remove, yeah, because that's done now. Live streaming, that's about it. Okay. Yeah, so I removed that from the app. So if you refresh the app, that will be gone now. Anthony says a severe thunderstorm warning has ended. If you could let us know exactly for where, appreciate that. Sun came out in Walsburg. Yep, that's a good sign. Brian says time to make tea. Lisa says, haha, I was hunched. Stretching now. That's right. Shoulders back. Sit up straight. Flex that core. I gotta go take a look at that. I want to remind me to keep an eye on the storm north of Midland because it looks like it's increasing in strength. Actually, maybe I should post about that. Not as strong from King, but let's keep an eye on that. Dominic says rotation couplet west of Gravenhurst. Maybe. Let me see. What is happening? Okay. Yeah, it's starting to strengthen for sure. It might even be stronger than it once was. So that's possible. Let's see here. So noisy, hard to make out features. Yeah, it's a bit messy, but let's go take a look at Exeter Radar, see if we have an update yet. 1306. I think that's the latest. Still, this didn't weaken. Oh no, it's still the same frame. Okay. Still waiting for a new frame there on the Cedar Point, Ipperwash Beach area, which is south of Grand Bend. Still watching that closely. Let's see what it looks like from Detroit. Detroit doesn't have really good eyes on it. It's much closer to Exeter. So we'll see what this does over the next short little while here. We will see. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty intense storm heading into Guston Grove, heading into the forest area. It's looking pretty intense for sure. Jordan says skies are moving pretty good in Bracebridge. Yeah, the storm looking pretty intense. I think probably send a notification to those folks there. So that does look pretty intense. So let me see exactly where to send that. I see where Kilworthy is. Yeah, for that lady who was in Kilworthy, strongest part of that storm might actually miss you to the north, but it might just clip you. You're already into the lightning, of course. Lightning all the way through Bracebridge, and quite a bit on that storm actually, but seen possibly some strong winds on that one. Let's see here. Let me just take a peek at some data. Yeah, that's probably the strongest storm in the area right now. Okay, I'm going to send a notification to those in the path of that one. And I think it's just moving due east. Yeah, due east. Okay. I'm going to go send a update to those in the path of this beastly storm. Let's go with something like this. Go. I think maybe I'll cut this out because you've already been notified by the storm itself. If you've already been notified by the storm, then I don't need to notify you, because then you'll just say, the storm's gone. Why am I getting a notification now? But actually, let's stretch this out, because this is going to move east for quite a while. It might end up dipping southeast, but it's possible that it's going to just continue moving east. So I'm going to bring that down slightly. There. Pretty big notification. I'm going to let those folks know. How many folks in there? 7,800. Holy moly. Okay. Okay, so let's go with strong wind gusts. We're noticing some strong wind gusts with the storm near Severn Falls. That's EVERN Falls. Tracking east. Torrential rain, lightning, small hail, and small hail is also possible. This storm may increase in strength, and we'll be watching closely. Okay, so send that notification to those in the path of that one. Many who are already in the storm right now are going to wonder why they're getting notification for something that's already happening. But anyways, just want to give folks a heads up that that's occurring. Let's see here. Shelby says, did something just go through Shelburne? Shelby from Shelburne? Whoa, glad I sent the notification, because Killworthy is now in it. Whoa. Thank you very much, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Yeah, that really did strengthen. I just sent a notification to that area, but I'm going to send another one to that same. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send a more isolated notification. So let me get rid of this giant one. And let me just make sure here. Gravenhurst. Okay. That might be a bit of noise there, but it's definitely really strong winds. But I'm going to go strong winds and minor rotation into Gravenhurst here. About something like this. And let's go with something like that. Okay, let's try that. This is a smaller notification just for those in the path of that, but I'm going to say a minor rotation detected on the storm moving east into Gravenhurst and Hillworthy. Along with some strengthening winds that may reach severe levels. I think, let me just pull it up on radar here. Hold on a second. Yeah, definitely not strong from King City, but yeah, that looks pretty strong. You know what? I'm gonna go orange, and I'm gonna switch it just to rotation detected. Detected rotation on the storm moving east into Gravenhurst, along with strong winds. Winds that may be severe. There, tweak my wording slightly. And I'm going to go with 125. There we go. Okay. Looks good to me. And send. Ooh, it's 126. Sending that to the folks in the path of that right now. It actually looks pretty intense on radar the more I look at it. So let's jump over to live radar so you can see what I'm talking about. This right here, if this is not noise, if this isn't noise, this green part here, then this would be strong rotation. But I have a feeling that it might be noise. It kind of, let's go back a frame. Let's see here. I mean, it definitely is increasing in strength quite a bit. Yeah, if that's not noise, then that is strong rotation. And this does have supercell shape to it. So it's possible that that is strong rotation there. Oh, Jay Callahan is actually heading towards Minden. Thank you, Jay, for the insight. But yeah, Gravenhurst looks pretty intense. So yeah, let's go take a peek. I did want to see new update. Whoa. See, this looks like a hook, which concerned me immediately. The fact that this has a very nice looking hook on it. Excuse me. But then as I swipe over, there's pretty much nothing going on velocity-wise. There is on tilt 2, though. What about tilt 3? Sorry, this is just to clarify what I'm looking at. This is the Thedford area. If I go back to tilt 1, nothing. That's strange. Yeah, so that might be noise in the Gravenhurst area, but that could be it could be noise, but it could be rotation. It's hard to tell. Definitely strengthening winds for sure. Definitely. Thank you for the insight. I got the team in my ear telling me all the deets, so I appreciate that. Yeah, something weird's going on with this storm. It looks way stronger until 2, until 3. Maybe it's the environment? Let me see. Yeah, there's still inhibition in place. The strongest environment is probably east of Georgian Bay right now. So what's happening in southwestern Ontario? There's a lot of inhibition in place. So I'm not sure if it's really getting going yet, but we'll see. But yeah, there's going to be more of an environment east of Georgian Bay, maybe towards Algonquin later. We'll see. We'll see. 1 second here. Let's see if we can get a new future radar update. Huge thanks to the team. They are all multitasking and putting a lot of effort into the background. I appreciate it. Huge thank you to all those on the team who are helping. It's a big effort today, and thank you for all your help. Let's go back to past and future radar. You can see we got 2 big clusters of storms that are tracking to the east. May head towards Peterborough, but it kind of dies off. If I yawn 75 more times today, my apologies. What looked like rotation may have weakened on the latest, but some really strong winds there east of Gravenhurst. Yeah, I think that may have been noise. My first impression was that it was noise, but we'll see. So that's your past and future radar. You can check that out on our app Instant Weather. The free version gives you a couple hours of future radar, or 1.5, but the upgraded version gives you 5 hours of future radar. So huge thank you to those who have upgraded to 5 hours. Sincerely appreciate it. And let me head over to the raw radar so you can see we should have a new update shortly. Pretty soon. Very soon. Still a lot to do to improve our raw radar processing. We have to speed that up because we are processing every radar station in Canada and all 17 tilts. Because it scans here, 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 17 of them, and then starts again, and then does them all. Actually, it goes the other way. It starts at the top and it comes down, and then it sends out the radar data, and then it scans at the top and comes down, starts the radar data. So, yeah. But anyways, we're doing all 17 tilts, which is a lot of CPU power. A lot. So, a little bit delayed. When we were only doing the bottom 4 tilts, we were able to actually get the radar data faster than basically any other option. So we just need to throw more servers at that problem, and then we will be able to process radar data faster than pretty much any other option. It's great, which is exciting. We're still super excited to launch Instant Weather Pro. Probably the actual launch will be this spring, but we're doing some alpha testing right now. We're going to be doing a sign up form for beta testing soon. We've been talking about that kind of all summer, I think, how we're going to do that sign up sheet. Haven't got there just yet. There's a few things we want to tweak with the system first before we roll it out to a large number of people. But yeah, it's exciting. Very exciting. Let's see here. There's the latest update. So yeah, the winds are intense. The winds east of Gravenhurst right now are 103.68 kilometers an hour. And I don't think that's noise. That's probably real. So I don't know if those are reaching the surface. It's possible that they're not reaching the surface at that strength. But the fact that we're seeing 103 kilometer an hour wind gusts on that storm. Michael Collins just messaged me on Facebook and said, large tree down on a minivan on Main Street in Shelburne, emergency crews on scene. So yeah, those really strong winds we saw going into that Shelburne, Orangeville area were certainly affecting foliage. So thank you, Michael, for the update. I hope everybody's okay. Everybody's safe. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Adam, did I hear there might be a second cold front causing more storms today? Thanks for all you do. Supposedly there is a second cold front. Future Radar is not that excited about more storms after the main line, but we will have to take a look. Thank you again for the super chat. Sincerely appreciate it. Thank you to all those who are sending stars on Facebook as well too. I'm going to take a look at some model data in the background. I don't think models were too excited about another line coming in, but it's not entirely out of the question. It's possible that the environment might weaken some, and there won't be won't be as much for the second line to work with. But we will see. Yeah, there seems to be some data issues today. Not just with us, but with actually our data seems fine, but with some of the model data we're looking at, seems to be some issues with runs stuck on old model runs, so it's not good. But yeah, large tree down in minivan, Main Street in Shelburne. So hopefully everybody in Shelburne's okay. It's Alana's birthday today. Happy birthday to Alana. Yay! She has been doing some excellent stuff for our team, and I hope she takes the day off. That would be good. She should. It's her birthday. Go have fun. We'll hold down the ship here. But yeah, that's the strongest storm by far right now, east of Gravenhurst. Very, very, very strong winds. So if you are in Barkway, if you are in Lewisham, northern Lewisham, Deep Bay. Sorry for the yawning. I need more oxygen. Where's my... I got an Apple Watch here. I'm going to do an oxygen test because I keep yawning. So let's make sure there's enough oxygen going to my brain right now. It'd be a great idea. Kind of nice to be able to do like random oxygen tests. That's sweet. Let's see here. I'll let you know what my cool little oxygen test tells me. All right, 96. We're good. East of Gravenhurst update, says Brittany. Yeah, if you're east of Gravenhurst, this is a beast of a storm, and it looks like it's producing damaging wind gusts, and there may be some embedded rotation in there. That storm looks intense. So yeah, if you're east of Gravenhurst, that's the strongest storm in the area right now, for sure. So definitely be safe with that one. It looks pretty nasty. Let's go take a look back at southwestern Ontario. Add more coffee to your coffee, said Stephanie. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll try. I don't know how to do that, but if it's an option, that's cool. I keep yawning. If I'm making you yawn. 96, you're fine, says Louisa. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I think the yawning is basically a tired thing. Normally, yawning means you don't have enough oxygen going to your brain. But let's see here. Oh, Catherine says 96, that's low. Oh, no, the Apple Watch is always 96. Like, any time of the day, it's always 96. Jordan says, you're muted, I think. Am I? John says, yawning means you need more coffee. Cohen says it'd be gross and ruin your machine. Oh, if you add coffee to your coffee machine, if you fill the water reservoir in the coffee machine with coffee, that would be bad. Everybody says they can hear me, so maybe it's on your end. You might want to refresh, possibly. Stephanie says espresso shot. Yeah, that'd be good. Becca says just a little choppy at times. Yeah, the choppiness is when I move the radar around, I think. So I think I'm probably going to swap the radar to the iPad. I could probably do that pretty easily. And then that would be a lot better. It would be substantially better. Yes. Alicia says, we understand, Adam. Thank you. Caitlin says, according to my Jamaican friend, yawning means you're hungry. Oh, I thought it had something to do with oxygen. Does anybody know? All right. Let's all settle in, hang out. We've got radar to watch. Strongest storm of the day so far happens to be moving through the Gravenhurst area, Barkway, and moving east. Very, very, very strong winds on this one. Angela says, Red Bull gives you wings. It's not a bad idea. I do have some Reese's Pieces in a giant bag, but I put it out of sight so that it would be out of mind. Maybe I'm going to eat some of those because that would be nice. Jen says, missed Barry completely. I think it did. Barry might have been completely missed. We'll see. We'll see. Did somebody say at Kevin Frankish? How's Kevin doing? He's awesome. Branford said, I always like eating chocolate for a sugar rush if I feel tired. Yeah, but then it just stops. Ooh, water. Patricia O'Reilly says, yawning can mean oxygen needed or overheating brain. There. Drank some water. Nosferatu says Costco size Reese's. No, not Costco size. It's pretty big, though. Shannon says a little music will pick us up, break tradition, and give us a tune early. Maybe. I usually try to avoid the music in the middle of dangerous storms. Even when there's like not dangerous storms going on, we always take enough flack from people saying, "Why is this guy singing? What's happening? How come we're not talking about the weather?" So usually we try to avoid it when there are actually strong storms like there are right now. But this storm's a beast. Let's see if we can get up here. We should have an update already, but for some reason we do not. But strong winds heading towards. They already went through Barkway. Potentially heading towards the Minden area. It looks like it's possible. Minden already saw a storm, but the next round is going to be super windy. Seems to be the case. Some pretty strong winds down near Poplar Hill, Strathroy. Let's see if we can take a peek at that. Ashley says, "Is anyone chasing that storm?" I believe Jake Callahan is in the area. I think he's going towards Minden, but supposedly he was stuck in traffic. Yeah, some pretty strong winds down near Strathroy from the Detroit radar. Pardon the audio if it gets choppy while I'm again moving the radar around. Lee Thompson says Minden is currently seeing a storm. No wind yet, though. I'm pretty sure the next round is going to be pretty windy, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Sharon says, quick review of map color meanings, please. Oh, sorry. We're looking at velocity right now, which is velocity is wind data. Sherry says, Environment Canada issued a severe thunderstorm watch for Kirkfield, 90 to 100 kilometer an hour winds and ping pong ball size hail is possible. Yeah. Holly says, is there a timeline for the wind for Minden? School's out at 3:10. Should be, I think it should be before then. Should be passed by the time school's out, I think. Coming in hot, so it should be long until it's there. Yeah, it won't be long. Next 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Maybe earlier. Beck says, have they talked about Peterborough in the live stream yet? Well, we are right now, as we answer your comment. Yeah, Peterborough could see storms with this line. Future radar says it's possible, but it's not guaranteed. Might miss you to the north. We'll see. But yeah, Peterborough may see a storm with this event. We'll see. Yeah, but it also might get missed. I mean, Lana's talking about Madoc, saying the app isn't showing much regarding bad storms. Yeah, Madoc may get missed. The app's pretty up to date with data, so it's possible that Madoc might get missed. We'll see. Patrick says Minden. We were just talking about Minden. There's another line of storms coming in, and there's some pretty strong winds on it. So it could be severe in Minden pretty soon. So we'll see. We will see. Nicole says, how's it looking for Aurelia? I think you already got a storm. I'm not sure if you're going to get any more. It's possible that that was the show for you, but we'll see. Linda's asking about Maynooth. It's kind of similar to what we're talking about for Peterborough, and that you might get missed to the north, but it's possible the storms will track a little bit further southeast and affect your area, but it's not guaranteed. And now everybody asks about their area. Here we go. As soon as I answer, like if I answer one town, just like pick one town and answer it, it's like, what about Squirrel Depot? What about everybody wants to know about Squirrel Depot? We should actually dedicate an entire Facebook page and maybe Twitter account to Squirrel Depot, Ontario, and the weather that Squirrel Depot gets. We feel for our little fuzzy friends. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody asking about their town. Oh, here we go. Robbie's got me. Robbie says, what about Earth, Adam? Well, Earth is a rock floating in space. And, I mean, there's more to it than that, but sometimes that's, it's hard to fathom. Michelle says, there's a place called Squirrel Depot. No way. Yeah, it's in Eastern Ontario. It's called Squirrel Depot. And we're all moving there. And Evan says, or dedicate one for what I like to call gobbles, but it turns out it was gobles. If I lived in Gobles, I would call it gobbles. So I'm just putting that out there right now. Curtis says, sorry, man, I started Squirrel Depot for you. Oh, did you? I don't know. I thought we just found it randomly on a live stream, but maybe you keep asking about it. But let's see here. Oh, Brendan says, on the app minute section, we might get something around 2:15. Yeah, I mean, that's the best place. If you're wondering about your particular town or your village or your city, and if you might be seeing storms today, the best place to continue to get updated information is download our free app, check the minutes product, or check the hourly product. And you can get our free app at instantweatherapp.com. And then go to, if you're on mobile, it might just say instant weather and you don't know what's happening. Like swipe up and you'll see at the very bottom of the page, Apple or Android. And then that will take you directly to the App Store and you can download it for free. And once again, thank you to all those who have upgraded the radar to get 5 hours of future radar and to remove ads from the app. It makes a huge, huge difference. Thank you so much. Sincerely appreciate it. Let's see here. Jess says, oh, you'd be such a sore thumb if I called it that. Gobbles. I don't know. I just feel like Gobbles it seems like a cool name. But it's Gobles. Evan says, my first thought was Squirrel Depot was some form of Home Depot in a small town. No, it's literally the name of a town. Okay, just taking a look. Taking a look at some data. Give me just a moment, and then we'll get deep into it. Oh, interesting. Teresa and our team says dogs yawning is a way to calm themselves down. So maybe I'm a little worked up and I need to relax. Maybe that's why I keep yawning. Or it could be the lack of sleep. Either or. Let's see here. Anthony says, amazing app. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Glenn says, don't forget about Punky Doodles corners. That's cool. Michelle says, here's me Googling Squirrel Depot. I think we should just take it over and make it like the instant weather home base, Squirrel Depot. Those strong winds are getting pretty close to Minden now, so let us know what you're experiencing with that. Maybe they're still elevated. By that I mean further off the surface, maybe not as strong at the surface itself, but we'll see. We'll see. Give me just a moment here, just looking at some different data points. Interesting storm heading into London. London's about to get some heavy rain, some strong winds possibly, lots of lightning. We'll see. Mackie says, similar to a doctor's note, can you write me a weather note? It's going to rain, maybe. Please excuse this employee from work. I mean, I could write it on like a napkin. I don't know if it's going to go over well. Let's see here. Home Sweet Project says, I'm picturing a town just completely overrun by squirrels. There's many towns that are like that, but I have a feeling Squirrel Depot, it's not getting named that unless there's an abundance of squirrels. Steve Johnson says, what's your weather experience? You seem to know what you're doing. I seem to know what I'm doing. No, self-taught severe weather forecaster, storm chaser for many years, and now built instant weather over the past, I don't know, I think it's like 9 years now or something like that. We've got some incredible meteorologists on the team. We've got some incredible weather enthusiasts, some incredible storm chasers, and yeah. So, but my personal experience is self-taught severe weather forecaster. I was a self-taught professional musician in a past life, and just spending a lot of time looking at radar, trying to understand mesocyclones, trying to understand the environments that help create tornado, and that's where my passion is. So our whole goal is to raise awareness about tornadoes and severe weather, and that's why I'm live. Just want to make sure that you folks know what's happening. And Brenda says, I have no sound. Is it just me? Could somebody send a message to Brenda, type a message to her and say, you have, like, say, I have sound, maybe try refreshing. Pretty please. I'd appreciate that. Steve Johnson says, that's me now, LOL. Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, but definitely I've had some pretty brutal close calls storm spotting. So yeah, it can be quite dangerous, extremely dangerous. Yeah, especially if you're doing it by yourself. That's the most dangerous. Like, literally, storm chasing is the definition of distracted driving. So preferably, if you're going to do it, then you have someone who is just the driver. That they don't even care about the storm. Their entire focus is the road. They're not looking over and going, "Oh, is that a wall cloud?" Because that's when bad things happen. So if you have someone who can just focus on the road, and you can focus on radar. But again, if you're like, "Oh, I like looking at radar, maybe I should head out." No, you got to do years of research, and yeah, do what is called armchair chasing. Do it from home. Do it safely. Just watch radar. And Steve says, what's your scariest moment? A 7,500 square foot roof got thrown off a commercial grade horse stable at my Corolla. And we just got out of the way as 2x4s, or 2x4s. 2x4s, yeah. 2x4s were spiking 10 feet into the ground. Or 4 feet in the ground. 2x10s were spiking 4 feet in the ground. That's what it is. I've told the story so many times it's become a jumble now, but that was my scariest one for sure. 80 meters away from an EF1, 175 km/h winds, pushed the car across the road. Sheet metal came, landed on the car, and then impaled a garage across the street. That was my scariest one for sure. And actually, that's the moment that we decided to start. A Facebook page. Yeah. Emma says, I'm a professional armchair chaser. LOL. Actually, I'll pardon the lack of me doing radar updates here. Maybe I should probably do that. 1 second here. Let's see, 48. There's the strong winds now. They should be basically going into that midden area now. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you, Adam, and your team for all you do to keep us safe. You're very, very welcome. Thank you kindly. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Steve was asking about that story. I have that video. I'll play it for you. The city of Barrie actually created a video for us about the whole starting of originally Ontario Tornado Watch and now Ontario Storm Watch and instant weather as well too. So if you want to see that video, let me know and I'll pull it up. It's like a minute long, but it'll tell you the story of what we're doing. Whoa, where'd everything go? Did Chrome just lose it? I think Chrome just lost it. Let's just jump over to the iPad. There we go. Here's your past and future radar while Chrome wakes up. I think Chrome ran out of memory. That's probably what happened. Too many tabs open over on my computer. Classic me. An abundance of tabs. Ooh, what's that? Some pretty strong winds east of Ewan, north of Ketchikoma. Literally, there's a place called Ketchikoma. 1 second here. You have to see this. Catchacoma. Ketchikoma. These are really strong winds here. 102, 104 kilometers an hour. And they are associated with this little storm cluster here, which is the storm cluster that is heading kind of into the Minden area, but this is more to the southeast. The more I poke around in Ontario, the more interesting town names I find. Squirrel Depot, Ketchikoma, etc. Many, many. So let's jump back to Brit Radar, see if we have the latest. Yeah, that's looking not very friendly near Haliburton. Yeah, this whole cluster is actually looking pretty strong. Near Haliburton, Donald, heading into Minden and Fort Irwin. Yeah, right here we have Brady Lake, Essenville, a pretty intense line of storms moving into that area. So that could be an issue. Let me just jump in the comments and see if you wanted to see that video. Let's see here. Did anybody want to see the video? Video. Let's see here. Video, please, says Chris. Yes to the video, says Snickerdoodle. Yes, please share. Yes, want to see the video. Chrome equals RAM eater. It is, yeah. I'm looking at my RAM, and I still have 20. Still have 20 gigs available of 32. But yeah, it seems to be. Please, says Chris. Let's see here. Okay, I'll play the video. Andrew says, yes, please, the video. Okay. It's, what video, says Tasha? Oh, it's a video the City of Barrie did for us to kind of tell our story. It basically tells our story because a gentleman was asking what was my scariest moment when I was back in the day when I was a storm spotter. And this sums it up real quick. 1 minute video. So I'll put it on for you and I'll be right back. Let me just get this banner off the screen first. There we go. Okay, here's the video. I'll be right back. We help keep families safe by providing the fastest issued alerts about tornadoes and severe weather through Facebook, through social media, and as well through our text message alert service. I was storm chasing for quite a few years, and then unfortunately I almost died when a 7,500 square foot roof was torn off and thrown at my vehicle.
The people that were in the barn, they had no idea that there was even bad weather. So we ended up deciding at that point, we're just gonna bring the information that chasers know to the public.
So to be able to provide proactive advanced notification to tornadoes is something super important to myself, to my family.
So being able to understand what storms are headed our way, when they're gonna be here, when they're gonna be gone, it's absolutely critical.
The more advanced notification you can have to severe weather, the more time you have to get your family to a safe place. Okay. That's the video. That was pretty intense. I found the giant bag of Reese's Pieces. I don't recommend them to anybody, except those who want the most glorious thing of all time. We are not sponsored by Reese. We should be. Reese, if you're watching, let me know. Is it just a guy named Reese? I think that's it. Nice video, says Rodrigo. Thank you so much. Great video. Thank you kindly. Appreciate it. I didn't make it, but it was pretty amazing that they made that for us. Eugene says ASMR weather live, report live. Just me chewing. That's not ASMR. I don't think so. Maurice says, what year was that video? Adam was like 15. Well, I just turned 39 in July. But when that video was made, I think I was 36-ish, 35, something like that. But I shaved, so then I look like I was 12 years old. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Mark says, you live in Nary? I do live in Barrie. That's right. Yeah. I'm a Barrie boy. Steve says, what was the force of the tornado that tore the roof off? It was an EF1, 175 kilometer an hour winds. No Adam chewing ASMR. ASMR is definitely not me chewing. Nobody wants to hear me chew. I hope my noise canceling was deleting the chewing. Riley says, was that the Angus tornado? No. This was April 18th, 2013. It was in Melanchthon, which is north of Shelburne. But then it was only the year after that Angus happened, which was pretty intense. Whew. Home Sweet Project says, they won't last long eating them by the handful. No, they will not. They will not. Mark says, I live in the south end of Barrie. Oh, cool. I'm in the I'm up by the Georgian College area. But yeah, the south end of Barrie seems to get their fair share of pretty intense storms and tornadoes for sure. Hopefully you weren't affected by 2021 July 15th. Roger says, good afternoon from Shelburne. Robin says, I would have pooped my pants if a roof landed on my car. So it didn't actually land on our car. It landed right behind the car. But we were right beside the building when the roof lifted and casted a shadow over the car. And then drove forward as quick as we possibly could. I had a driver who put the pedal to the metal and the car barely went 40 kilometers an hour. That's also, the winds were so strong, they were holding the car. It was holding the car to the ground. It was crazy. Checking in, Adam. Hey, Justin, what's going on? Just watching the radar. That's what we do. Pretty strong winds over here in Eastern Ontario. Yeah, that line coming into Bancroft right now, 104, 100 kilometers an hour. Radar's pretty excited about how strong those winds are. That might be another notification I got to send over. Dave from Enterprise says, Chris Jackson. Hey, how we doing? That's intense, Melissa. Let's see here. Ashley says, if winds are over 100 kilometers near Minden, why no thunderstorm warning? I'm not sure. That's just also what we're seeing on radar. It doesn't necessarily mean that those are the exact winds at the surface. It's possible that they are elevated and they're not affecting the surface as much. Steve has an interesting question. He says, did you see the Midland Twister of 2010? It was an F2. So that day, that's an interesting day. That day is actually very important for the history of what we do as well, because that day The skies were green and berry. I saw a rotating wall cloud traveling down the street towards Midland that day. And I remember thinking, that's not good. So I went and checked, you check, what are the alerts? And you see like the red bar at the bottom of the screen. And it was like tornado warning. And it was just the same detail. And, back in the day, you'd watch the tornado, you'd like read the tornado warning like 12 times. And you're hoping on like the 12th time, someone would like type in an update and like change the details. But no, it was like from Barrie to Midland to Collingwood, tornado warning. It was just so broad and so vague that it drove me bananas. And yeah, and that seems to be a random spider hanging right here. Hold on, let me just move him. You go over there. Okay. It was very, very tiny. But anyway, so yeah, so seeing the same over and over, seeing the same warning details drove me bananas. So then I started to do more research. And that's when I saw, on Discovery Channel, these guys getting inside of, they're like in tanks, not tanks, but like, very, very strong vehicles with metal plating and bulletproof windows and all this kind of stuff, getting inside of tornadoes. And I thought, how are these guys bullseyeing tornadoes? But over here in Canada, we've got like county tornado warnings with no details. So that's where all the questions started to come for me in about 2010. And then from 2010 to 2013 is when I was learning as much as I could, and then I started storm spotting and learning from some of the best storm spotters in Canada, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, yeah. So that's where it kind of all started. Basically that. Very strong, very, very strong winds heading towards Bancroft right now, and Maynooth. Yeah, Bancroft, Maynooth, east of Halliburton. It's pretty intense, so we'll see. Hope everybody's safe there. I don't know. I don't think there's any alerts in that area. No, I don't think so. I gotta go take a look at the environment and see what's happening here, because that line still looks pretty strong. There is another storm coming in off of Lake Huron. I'm just going to send a notification for this first, because if any of these winds are reaching the surface, then this could potentially be a severe storm heading into Bancroft. Yeah, look at that. 108 kilometers an hour. That is a nasty line. Okay, I'm sending a notification right now. I hope it's elevated. I hope it's off the surface and not affecting the surface. But if it is affecting the surface for any particular reason, that is not good. So I'm just going to send a notification to those in the area. Let's do this together here. I'll pull it up on the page. It's going to be a pretty large one. Pretty large. Broad notification here. As I move this around, my audio might get choppy. My apologies. I think it's just moving due east here. Let me just check. Yeah, due east. Okay, so just in case it shifts north, I'll do it a little bit wider. Okay, let's send a notification to those folks. How many folks in the path? 5284. Wow. Okay, so click a few buttons here. Strong and all right, damaging wind gust. Damaging winds possible. That's what I'm going with. We're closely watching this line of storms tracking east towards the Bancroft areas for the potential of damaging wind gusts, torrential rain, lightning, hail. Hail and isolated flooding is also possible. Also possible. Okay. And it is 2:10. There's the date. Clickety clickety. Send notification. There we go. So if you're in that area, let us know if you got that notification on our free app, Instant Weather, or our text message alerts as well, which we don't mention often, but it's still our most reliable and fastest alerting service, which is our text message alerts. You can go to textmessagealerts.com and then sign up through PayPal. If you don't have PayPal or don't want to use it, you can also sign up through our website as well. And email us at help@instantweather.ca, and we'll direct you to that link as well too. Let me go back to our forecast map here today. Here is our forecast map. We show Bancroft in orange. We show all of Eastern Ontario in yellow, which is isolated severe risk. And what we mean by isolated severe risk is that if there is severe storms, it's going to be very few and far between. But there is potential for some isolated severe weather in Eastern Ontario. And based on that line that's moving east right now towards Bancroft, it's certainly possible that there could be some intense storms there for sure. So, it looks like Bancroft was just added to a severe thunderstorm watch. Severe thunderstorm watch for the Bancroft area now, probably based on the fact that that strong storm is heading that way. So, clearly Environment Canada is watching it as well too, which is great. And they have also notified that area. So, perfect. Cool. Okay. So let's jump back to your questions and your comments. Ashley says, got it and run through. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Lowercase EGG says, I got the notification in Pakenham. Thank you kindly. Joanne says, got the alert for Bancroft. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's go. Actually, let's see if we can get the latest future radar, because I know it's probably changed by now. We were watching the old one, but they probably have a new update now. Yeah, we do. Good. Okay. And I'll show you what's going on. You can see quickly. Before I animate this, let's take a peek here. You can see over Lake Huron, there's actually a storm. Where does it think it's going? I don't know if future radar is even picking up on it yet. Yeah, barely. So you can see the storm's moving to the east. Things should hopefully calm down in southwestern Ontario, unless, there's little hints of further storm development, but it's not guaranteed. Reese's Pizza? Jen says, please talk about Lakefield and Bobcaygeon. Lakefield and Bobcaygeon is a wonderful area located in the Kawartha Lakes region. Originally established in I have no idea. Bobcaygeon was featured in the Tragically Hip song, Bobcaygeon. That's all I know about Bobcaygeon. Oh, you mean for storms. Okay. Bobcaygeon's good. Just some rain there. Yeah, just some rain. The storms are tracking to the east. I think you're okay. It looks like you're out of the worst of it for now. Unless there's some more storm development coming over Lake Huron. But at this point in time, the strongest parts of those storms seem to be moving to the east. So you might be all right. We'll see. Let's see here. Ben says, hey, share them Reese's. So when I put this giant bag of Reese's in the shopping cart, I carefully, quietly put it in the shopping cart. And then my wife, when we're ringing stuff through, she's like, what is this? $15. I'm like, don't worry. It'll take me a year to eat them. Let's see here. Alexander says, hello, and Atinolite here. Please tell me my house isn't going to blow over a second time. We're still trying to find my wife's car. It actually blew away. I believe you're talking about the tornado that affected that area. I'm hopefully you're safe. Obviously you are. I'm glad you're okay. I don't think you're going to see this particular storm. It looks like it's going to be to your north, unless it magically starts tracking to the southeast. I think you're okay. You're talking about the the Madoc storm. Madoc tornado was an EF2. That was intense. So glad you're okay. Side note, your wife's car was blown away and you still can't find it. I don't know if I'm not sure if the Northern Tornadoes Project had that piece of evidence. Alexander, can you send us an email with more details on that? Because I don't remember hearing about that particular report. If you could send us an email, I'll put it up right now here. It's help@instantweather.ca. If you could send us an email and tell us more about those details, I'd really appreciate it. But I don't remember hearing that report. So yeah, please let us know more details about it. And I really hope you do find it. And I'm glad you guys are safe. So that sounds really intense. That was a crazy day. Crazy day. One second here. Just a momento. Okay. So let me just jump over to comments. Somebody sent a super chat I totally missed. Where did it go? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Savannah, thank you so much. Highland Grove, Ontario, and it's raining and thundering and lightning. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Savannah. Thank you for the report, and thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Bailey says, looking for an update on Kitchener-Waterloo. I think you're fine right now. Let me just take a peek at radar, but I think you're all right. Yeah, I think you got skipped. Oh, you're getting a little bit of rain and maybe some gusty winds there, but nothing too intense from what I can see. But the winds might be quite strong, actually. But thanks again for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, what a way to celebrate my 30th birthday with a storm, as always. Thank you to the whole team for keeping us safe this summer. You're very welcome. This is Sandra, who also sent a super chat. Thank you so much, and said that. So thank you kindly. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow, Ron sent a super chat too. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it, Ron B. Much obliged. Thank you to everyone sending super chats and sending stars on Facebook and all that stuff. Really, really appreciate it. Makes a big difference, and I can't say enough how much we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. It all goes towards Reese's Pieces. That's not what it was. I have a very important question for everyone. There are two types of people in this world. Ones who prefer Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and ones who prefer Reese's Pieces. No, there's not two types of people in this world. But let me know, do you prefer Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Reese's Pieces? I'm on the fence. I love them both so much. I feel like I like Reese's Pieces better. I don't know why. There's something more candy-ish about it. I'm happy either way, but I think I'm going with the Pieces. It's rough. Oh, and then I'm sorry. There's a third type of person in this world, which is McKenna says she's allergic to peanuts. I'm so sorry, McKenna. I'm so sorry. That's rough. I mean, I eat like peanut butter like every day, so that's rough. Alex says Pieces, obviously. I don't know if it's that obvious because there's a lot of cups out there. Shelb coming in with cups. Steve says the cups are too sweet. Yeah, they are super. There's like an abundance of peanut butter in the cups. I don't know if the ratio of peanut butter to chocolate is as perfect in the cups as it is in the... How can I say that? I love the cups. I don't know. Everybody's going with both cups, Pieces. Oh man, there's like 1,000 comments now. They're definitely overwhelming the storm comments. What have I done? What have I done? I have overwhelmed this entire stream. Sue says I've never eaten either. Frowny face. I have a feeling Sue might be allergic to peanuts, and if you are, I'm sorry. And if you're not allergic to peanuts, I'm shocked that you have not tried either. They're magical. Just scrolling back up here, I missed another super chat. I thought it was Ron's. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Ron. Thank you kindly. Wow, there's a lot of comments there. We have completely overrun the entire. Smith says that this is why I like the Twitch chat. It's much more chill. Yeah, if you saw, because I get all the chats into one feed from like Facebook, and we're on like LinkedIn, and we're on all these different Facebook pages and Twitter, and they all come into one feed. And yeah, so if you want a more chill chat experience, there's always Twitch. Twitch.tv/instant weather. That's a chill place. Chill place. D comes in with Reese's are nasty. Wow. Wow. I'm just going to have to do a complete candy chocolate stream that has nothing to do with weather. We're just going to talk about chocolate. So there's that. That'll be interesting. I think, is today the anniversary of the Dunrobin Gatineau EF3 tornado? Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong? But I think maybe today is the anniversary of that horrible, brutal tornado. Does anybody remember that? I think so. Katie says the pretzels changed my life. I have tried the Reese's pretzels, but I feel like they would be incredible. I feel like it'd be fantastic. Everybody wants a chocolate stream. Okay. Jack says, I'll never forget it. Was it today? I think it was today. Melinda says, yes. Sure is the anniversary, says Jack. Yeah, that's right. That was in 2018, September 21st, 2018. That was bananas. Side note, if you have access to, I think it's BBC. Anyways, the Weather Channel in the US did this like, it did this whole episode about that EF3 tornado, and they even contacted us and used some of the audio from our live stream when we were covering it. And I'm like, I think I called it Calaboogie in the live stream. Of course I pronounced Calabogie wrong. But anyways, so yeah, but they actually used, you'll hear clips from me saying like, this is moving into Calaboogie, even though I pronounced it wrong, but you need to take shelter now. And it's actually clips from our live stream that in real time, they used clips from it. So anyways, I don't know where to find that, but it's called Countdown to Disaster or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna Google it quickly, and then I'm gonna take a look at radar. Looking pretty nasty going into Bancroft. I know Environment Canada's issued a severe thunderstorm watch for the area, but I think it's possible that it could get severe in the Bancroft area. Let's jump over to raw radar here. Yeah, it looks pretty nasty towards them. Hold on, let me take a peek at something else. Yeah, if you're in the Bancroft area, let us know what you're experiencing. If you're in Coe Hill, lots of that whole cluster looks pretty darn strong. Still seeing a storm coming over Lake Huron, which is probably worth paying attention to. Let's pull that up right now as well too. Just reading your comments here. Give me a second. So many. Appreciate that. What's this storm think it's doing? Little hint of rotation. Isolated storm. Tracking east. East-southeast. I wonder what that storm is doing. I wonder what it thinks it's doing. What do you think you're doing, little storm? Where do you think you're going? And what are you going to do about it? Savannah coming in with another super chat. Thank you so much. Rain, thunderstorms, and small winds in Highland Grove now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Andrew says was on the 417 as it was going into Dunrobin. That must have been crazy. That must have been bananas. Can't even imagine. That's intense. Glad you stayed safe. That is intense. So in 2011, when Goderich got hit by the F3, at the time there was no EF scale, it was only an F scale. But at the time they got hit by an EF3, I just ruined it again. They got hit by an F3 in Goderich in 2011. What happened that day, which was interesting, was the cold front passed, and then that storm showed up behind the original cold front. Now, someone mentioned earlier, and I haven't looked into it deep again, but mentioned that there was 2 cold fronts. Maybe I should look into it. 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a peek fronts right now. I want to see what the list is. I want to see where those fronts are. Okay, so there is 2 cold fronts, but the first cold front hasn't even passed yet. The first cold front is, that's interesting. It hasn't even passed yet. I have a feeling. Well, that's weird. That storm that we're looking at over Lake Huron is actually behind the original cold front. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is going to be anywhere close. I'm not going to say that there's like an EF3 that's going to come off Lake Huron. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's interesting. There's an isolated cell over Lake Huron that we need to pay close attention to, but it could fizzle out and become nothing. Future radar is trying to say it's going to be all of nothing, but sometimes that changes. So we'll see. It's interesting. I want to pay close attention to it. So Jack says, I was listening to your live stream on September 21st. So grateful for your help. Great sense of relief when you said our specific area was no longer on the track of the Dunrobin storm. Thanks. You're very welcome. So glad you stayed safe. That was a crazy day. Let's see here. Sorry, 1 second here. Just Alexander, I don't know what the latitude longitude that you're showing is. Is that where you're located right now? Were you hoping to get forecasts for that area? If you are wondering what the forecast is for your exact area, then download our free app. Let me just grab it here. Instantweatherapp.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click Apple or Android. It'll take you to the App Store. Download it for free. Put in your location. I don't think we accept latitude, longitude coordinates, but put in like your postal code or your street address. Postal code usually works pretty good, as long as you're not like in some rural area, because the postal codes can span these giant regions. But definitely do that, and then check the hourly or minute product, and it will tell you within relatively good reason if there is something upcoming for your area. But yeah, as well too. Alexander says that's where my wife's car was. Alexander is in Actinolite, where the tornado happened earlier this year, where there was a EF2 tornado that happened earlier this year, which was intense. So he said, before the storm came through and basically destroyed everything, my daughter's horse, my wife's car, and my four-wheeler are gone. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. That is brutal. That's intense. Yeah, I'm glad that you and your wife and your daughter are okay. But that's so sorry about your horse. That's brutal. That's awful. Thank you for sharing that with us. And again, Alexander, please email us, help@instantweather.ca, and share those details with us, and we'll share them with the Northern Tornadoes Project and Dr. David Sills and Environment Canada, and maybe they'll look into that a little bit deeper as well too. Alicia says, I'm just wondering how you can lose an entire car. That tornado, it was documented that it actually pushed, I think it pushed a truck that was parked. Not a truck that was driving, but a truck that was literally parked. It pushed it, I think, was it 50 feet or 50 meters? I think it was like 80 feet, something like that. It literally pushed it and rolled it 80 feet, which is quite a distance for a parked truck. And that's the reason that tornado, I believe, was rated EF2, high-end EF2. But if your car is literally gone and you can't find it, and I mean, it must be in a forest. Obviously, there's a lot of forest around there, right? So it must be in a forest somewhere. But oh my goodness, that's pretty intense. So, Alexander says, I'll send you the drone footage. Please do. Yeah, help. So write this down, please. Help@instantweather.ca. Let me put it here. Help@instantweather.ca. Please send us all those details and the drone footage and everything to that email. And again, I'll forward that along to the Northern Tornadoes Project, because they're going to want to know about that. So thank you for that report. And again, I'm glad you're okay. Bonnie says actinolite has lots of swamps. Yeah, it could have ended up in the water somewhere. Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. Kelsey, thank you so much for the super chat. How's it looking for Paris, Ontario, and peanut butter something? All peanut butter cups all the way, hands down. I think I've decoded your emoji riddle here. Peanut butter cups all the way, hands down. Okay. Yeah, the peanut butter cups they're ridiculously good too. I mean, they're both just so good. It's hard. It's like asking, what's better, oxygen or water? You know what I mean? It's like, well, love me some water, but also oxygen. Anyways, yeah, it's really hard to compare those two. Let's see here. Okay. Rainbow says, hey everyone, what's happening at the moment? Tornadoes? Not at the moment. Some pretty strong winds. Let me go actually take a peek over. Let's take a look at the latest. Whoa. That's a pretty intense storm going through the Bancroft area. If any of these winds are reaching the surface, 107.64 kilometers an hour. Yeah, 109.08. Is anybody in Bancroft? Let us know. Let us know what you're experiencing, please. Only if it's safe to do so. But there's some pretty intense. Karen says, looking like some rotation in terracotta. Can you let me know exactly where terracotta is? I can certainly take a peek, try to find it here. I wonder if it's in here. Was it Cotta? One sec here. It's gonna work? Maybe not. Yeah, that might be overwhelmed. Okay. Hold on, I'm just gonna Google it really quick. 1 second here. Terracotta Caledon. Huh. Jennifer says, you are amazing, Adam. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Mahogany says, outside of Bancroft, 7 minutes. And oh, no winds here in Bancroft. It must be elevated. Chris says, what direction do tornadoes usually travel? In whatever direction they want to go. Often it's east. Sometimes it's northeast. Sometimes it's southeast. Very rare cases it's southwest or west or northwest. That's more of like Australia. But usually, and actually I think even Australia, it might still be going west to east anyways. But yeah, around here it's typically east, northeast, or southeast, but often east. but it's not a guarantee. Like they just they change direction often. Is east of Georgetown and Caledon. Oh, okay, and there's rotation down there. Let me go take a peek. Whoa, is that something, or is this just noise? Interesting. Nothing is really jumping out to me as super duper strong rotation based on the Exeter radar. Let's jump over to the King City radar. There's Caledonia. Yeah, nothing super duper jumping out at me. Let's check King City, or sorry, Buffalo. What about Buffalo? No, nah, nothing's really jumping out at me right now as strong rotation in southwestern Ontario at this point in time. But it's not completely out of the question for that to occur. I'm surprised Bancroft has 0 winds at the moment. Now, was it windy before? Mermaid says the rotation near Oshawa? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at this point in time. Thanks so much, says Karen. You're very welcome. Just got a huge rainstorm here in London. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Brad says it was elevated here in Essenville near Bancroft. Elevated, so it's off the surface. Interesting. That might be the defining factor of how today goes. If these storms are elevated off the surface, then they may not reach the severity levels that the models were assuming. It's possible. Oops. Put that comment up there again. Karen says, can I email the picture? Sure, yeah. Email that to help@instantweather.ca and I'll see it right here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Heavy rain in Ingersoll. Nothing too intense, though, there. All right, well, things are relatively calm at this point in time. There's a storm that we want to continue to watch. Well, there's actually a pretty nasty storm in northeastern Ontario. We should probably go see. I think it's this one right here, north of West Nipissing. Yeah, those are some pretty grumpy looking storms with some hail up there. Maybe some really strong winds. They don't look very friendly. Strong winds are possible for Maynooth, but it's not guaranteed. And there's still that storm over Lake Huron we're carefully watching as it slowly tracks towards the shoreline. It's possible that it's going to fizzle out and be nothing, but it's worth watching for sure. Yeah, I think things are relatively calm right now. If they do get stronger, definitely post about it. I think I'm going to shut down the stream, though, because, again, my family is not... They're all under the weather. Everybody's under the weather, including myself, but I'm on the Advil cold and sinus so that I can suck it up and do the live stream. But yeah, everybody's under the weather, so definitely they need my help. So I think I'm going to go tackle that and make sure that the family's all good to go. But I will definitely continue to watch radar closely. I always have my phone with me, always be watching radar. And if anything starts to get more intense, then I will certainly post about it. Yeah, but I'm going to shut down the stream for now. If something goes completely bananas, then I may start the stream up again. But probably I'm going to shut down the stream and then just post about stuff through my phone and through the computer and make sure that, yeah, make sure that the fan is good to go. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. Thank you so much. Please download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click Apple or Android, and download our free app for your device. And if there are any notifications or anything worth mentioning, we'll send it out to you. And yeah, and thank you again for all your reports. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for subscribing to upgrade the radar on the free app to extend it to 5 hours of feature radar and remove the ads from the app as well too. All of those things make a huge difference. We sincerely appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you get a chance, unless you're allergic to peanuts, to eat Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups soon. We are not sponsored by them yet. I don't know. It's like 0 chance. But anyways, hope everybody's well. We'll talk to you very soon, and please be safe. We'll talk to you. Bye-bye.